Alexi Badel, ETALON is a ride for you coming up on Saturday. I suppose to some degree, Alexi has been a little bit frustrating, but he's very honest, and he's back to the races here and looks a strong chance.
Yes, indeed. He's been very consistent. He was still a young horse last year, so it's been difficult carrying a lot of weight every time. He's trying hard, but he seems to be in good form approaching this race with a good gait, so he might have every chance, I hope.
What about his trial, Alexi? I mean, I thought his trial, he looked very good. He sort of hit the line nice and comfortably, didn't he?
Yes, he's a horse with ability, you know. He hasn't been very lucky with the gates last year. Upcoming race, he'll be on the inside. I think it's B+2, so it should be fast ground, you know, so he'll have every chance, I hope. But the horse is in good form, he'll do well.
Yeah, you mentioned those gates. I think he had 7 stalls, 11 or wider last season. Terribly unlucky horse in that respect. Gate 1 as well, so obviously a nice place to be.
Yes, indeed, and especially coming back to a shorter trip, 14, which he's had success with in the past. You know, he should run well. Like, hopefully we can get this right.
Yeah, it'd be great to see him break through. I think he really deserves it. And just on some other news, Alexi, obviously news that you've picked up the ride on My Wish, of course. Nice ride to pick up. Obviously, it's certainly a case of sort of circumstance, isn't it, in a race of that nature? But he's a nice one to get the ride on. Yes,
obviously he's a good one for this race. Course and distance, ideal, and the handicap is pretty favorable for him. He's a quality horse and in good form, so that's great.
David, Metro Power, in no uncertain terms, absolutely hacked up last time. You're going back to the well again. Handicap hasn't missed you though, he's put you up 11.
Yeah, 11, but on that win with the time he ran, he probably deserved it. So I'm not going to complain. I think he'll run well again.
I guess sort of the knock on to that is that you've got another good draw. I mean, what was noticeable is how Lyle literally got glued to that rail and up that golden highway, if you will, was able to just run away from them.
Yeah, he did. He was. This time he's drawn a bit closer to that rail, so it mightn't be as hard to find it. But there is a lot of speed in this race, so and he doesn't have to lead, so he might just follow the pace and join in. But he looks a PP that's improved from last year.
It's funny you say that because it leads me sort of nicely onto my next question. Is that he's always shown a bit early on, hadn't he? Those first couple of rounds were good.
Oh, very good. He ran a very good first up run, and it's hard to do in Hong Kong with a lightly raced PP. And then he just tapered at the end, lost his form a bit at the end, but he's come back bigger and better this season. So he looks a progressive horse.
For his connections, I had a look, obviously. He looks a natural successor to old Metro Warrior, doesn't he? He was sort of in the same ilk, if anything, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was an old war horse, Metro Warrior, who we raced for 5 seasons. And after about this horse's 3rd gallop, I told them this is better than Metro, which the owners didn't quite believe me. But after the other day getting the bonus, he's paid for himself, and they're very happy.
Well, let's hope onwards and upwards with him. We can't talk, of course. You've got a rather wonderful baseball cap on as well, I hasten to add. Caying Rising, how is he? I mean, all the reports have been very good. We know the trial's coming up. How's everything looking down in Australia, David?
Yeah, had a gallop this morning, and all the reports are very good. He's hydrated and eating well, which is very important with a horse travelling. And he's on the same weight as he was when he won on opening day, which is a great sign, which is bigger than he was last year. But he'll have this trial next Tuesday. It'll be much anticipated. It'll be a hot trial, and it's 12 days before his race. It should be ideal just to let me know where I'm at with him.
Yeah, I think you were telling me just before as well that it's sort of Everest horses, King Charles stakes horses as well. So, I mean, it will be a proper trial. Yeah,
well, I think the second favourite of Chris Wallers's trialling Jolly Star, and yeah, we'll just get a good feel for where he stands, and he'll have a nice dress rehearsal and look at the track, so it won't all be new to him on the big day.
And of course, it goes without saying, Zach, as reported, is going down to ride him.
Yeah, he's going down and is really looking forward to it. He's heading down Sunday, I'm heading down Saturday after the races.
Excellent. And just going back to sort of the angle with the weight and that sort of thing, I mean, I know you're not a man that does stress, I don't think, David, particularly, but does that just sort of alleviate some of the sort of the stress factors, possibly, when the horse does travel as well as that and sort of gets there in top shape, obviously?
Yeah, some horses travel when they grow in stature, and others travel when they just don't handle it. And the early signs are that he's handling it very, very well. And I feel when you're at the, you know, if you've lost 20 or 30 pounds, there's always a little doubt in your mind, has it affected him or not? But when he's at that weight, I know what we're doing is holding him in good form.
Mark Newnham, you're absolutely mob-handed in race 8 coming up on the weekend on the all-weather. Let's start with Talent's Ambition. He's always been a very good dirt horse, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, his form's very consistent on there. He's up to this grade now. He left last season with a win. It's a good race to start his season.
Talking of good races, but good trial race recently as well behind your stable star in My Wish. Trial looked good.
Yeah, his trial and his work's been, you know, very consistent to his usual level, and he's drawn a good gate. So, you know, a similar run to when he won last start would be, you know, would put him in the finish.
And I guess, Mark, what else might well help him is that tempo up front, because he always seems to be a horse who's sort of under pressure a decent way out, but he always responds, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, he only does as much as he has to, and he's the same in his work. So, look, when you need him to come up underneath you, probably from the 400 home, he's there. He always runs good splits. So, as long as there's a good even tempo up front, that'll give him his chance.
Let's work down the weight, shall we? Sing Dragon is your next one in with Saddlecloth 11, carries the 120, carries Teton rides. Good record on the horse. Where are we at with him at the moment?
Oh, look, I thought he'd run really well. He had a race last Sunday, and look, he's just not up to that level on the turf, but his race at the end of last season where he ran behind Talent's Ambition was very good after being stuck wide early and doing a lot of work. He wasn't beaten far, and that was his first attempt at the 1650. So from where he's drawn, he'll get up on pace, and he's always very consistent on the dirt as well.
Handicap has dropped him £1 also, I mean, down to 82. Just puts him on that mark where, you know, he's shown some very good form off of slightly higher marks. Certainly puts him in with his chance, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he's never run badly on that surface, so, you know, I wouldn't expect any different tomorrow.
The same can be said about Mojave Desert. Now, he's trying the grade for the first time, Class 2. We know it gets tougher, Mark, at this sort of level, but he's honest.
Yeah, and he's in good form. He's 2 runs back this season have both been very good. He won with something in hand the other day, 116 on his back. Andrea has got a good association with him, knows him well. He's got to hold him up for one short, sharp sprint. And it worked well for him last time. Coming up to this grade, it's another step up again, but he's in good enough form.
I'm sure you're hoping all 3 will run well and go very close, but if I had to ask you and put your neck on the block to try and split the 3, who would be the one, do you think? Oh,
look, I think it'll come down to race tempo. We've probably, like, of the 3 horses, we've probably got one on pace, one in the middle and one out the back. So how fast they go will probably determine the winner.
Yeah, that's usually how it works out, I suppose, in some respects. Just finally, how's My Wish?
Yeah, he's come through that race really well. Probably better than he was last season, and I think that's just showing his maturity now. He didn't have a hard race as it turned out because he's really only asked to sprint up the last 200. So we'll start getting him ready now for the Chartin Trophy, where he'll carry a nice light weight. Alexi Badel will have a couple of rides on him in between. And, you know, that'll give him his chance against the A-graders, you know, getting a bit of weight from them.
Vincent Ho, it's a little bit of a case of sort of friends reunited with you in some of your rides this Saturday. You've got some very nice ones to look forward to. Towards the latter part of the card, race 9, you're back on the boombox. We know how good he is, and you must be excited to get back on board.
Yeah, I like to ride him. Such a nice horse to ride, and did a few trials on him. So far, felt good. So we're ready to put him in the race and see what he can show us.
You've ridden him 3 times, 3 wins, of course. His very first 3 wins. Obviously, victim of circumstance, you haven't ridden him since then. But he's coming back to 1200 as well. As an onlooker, what have you made of his 1400 metre performances?
Yeah, his 14 is really good. Of course, first race of the season, and has been out for some times as well, and just getting back to bring his fitness up for in the field trials. So he should do well at 12. But of course, I'd say in the future he can even handle a mile. Yeah, he should do well.
Yeah, he'd be an interesting horse at a mile, wouldn't he? He's had 3 trials, Vincent. I mean, he's the type of horse, I think, just looking at him from my untrained eye, he probably just needs that bit of work, doesn't he? Is he a horse that takes a bit of time just to get to sort of top fitness?
Yeah, I would say so. And in the morning, probably don't show too much. But, on top, I feel he is, pretty laid back at the trials. So we'll have to see how he performs in the race. But races will switch them on, I would say. So as long as he's, very relaxed nowadays in the morning, and hopefully the race he will be pretty similar, and also hit the line very strong.
Vincent Ho, Joy of Spring, is a horse who's put together a really good profile now. 4 from 18. You've actually ridden him 6 times. You've never finished worse than 3rd. So this is an exciting ride to have in the last.
Yeah, really like this horse, of course. Thanks to Mr. Founts, and I hope to win for them, of course. Do my best, and I galloped him once, and he is very fit.
I know you didn't ride him on his seasonal return. That was a 3rd over 14 under £5 claiming Ellis Wong, but that would have been a great way to tune him up for his step up to 18 now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely. After one race, we'll open up their fitness, bring up their fitness a lot more, and now I feel, that he's pretty ready.
When he won back in sort of mid-June, he beat Gentleman Legacy. They reopposed. Obviously, he's won since, so the form is all there as well. Yeah,
I think so. He's a nice quality horse, So with his fitness coming, and that's why I think his chance is up there.
And overall, Vincent, what do you make of your book of rides come Saturday? Obviously, you've got some nice ones towards the end of it, but it looks like a decent book, and hopefully there'll be 1 or 2 winners there.
Yeah, I hope so, of course. As long as I do my best on them, and I'm happy. Of course, it's not easy to get winners lately, but as long as they run well and I perform 100% on them, then that's all we can ask for. Of course, we'll do my best to win on each of them, but yeah, we'll see.